Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Wolf Hunter's Armory. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. It's going to be sort of a news video. I live in the state of North Carolina. As many of you guys know, if you live in the state yesterday passed a new law saying that we no longer have to have purchase permits from the Sheriff's Department. Now, I know there have been a lot of mixed information out there. I want to clear a few things up because I do work at a gun shop. I'm working on getting my own FFL. So a couple points behind this. Number one, you do not have to go to the Sheriff's Department to get a purchase permit anymore. They will still be doing the applications for the concealed carry permits, not for purchase permits. North Carolina is an open carry state. It is not a constitutional carry state. So you can open carry anywhere that it's legal. But you do not need the sheriff's permit to open carry anymore. It does not make it easier for criminals to get a firearm. What it does, and I'll explain why, is it requires a NICS check at point of sale or point of contact. So the store that I work for, it is one of the big box retailers. I'm not going to name the name because it's not worth it. But if you come into my store, you want to buy a handgun, you pick out the gun that you want, we take it to the counter, we make you fill out the paperwork for it, we run your background there. Whereas with the pistol purchase permits, we didn't have to because the sheriff did it. Now here's why that is an issue. One of the reasons they wanted to get rid of it is, number one, it's a 119-year-old law. It was a Jim Crow era law. Things have changed since it was developed, but it was developed originally to keep minorities from being able to buy a gun. So that changed when everybody had to be treated fairly. But the law's still been around and it had that connotation to it. So it's old, it's antiquated, it's outdated, it needed to go. There were only 10 or 11 states that still did it. I think there's now only 9 or 10. I believe it's 9 states that still require a sheriff's permit. We've gotten rid of ours. To me, that's a good thing. The second thing is, if you've ever bought a permit from the Sheriff's Department, it's 7 to 10 day waiting period generally, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. It just depends on how busy they are. But they are good for 5 years. Those 5 years, it doesn't require a background check at the store. So if, let's just say for instance, I got my permit yesterday, right? I go out today, I rob a convenience store, I get 2 years, 3 years in jail for the robbery. I'm considered a felon because, let's say it was an armed robbery, whatever. If I still have that permit, when I get out of jail, I still have 2 years to be able to go to a mom and pop gun shop and buy a pistol with that permit with no background check. So now I'm a felon that has obtained a gun technically legally, but illegally. This will cut down on that because it has to be done at the time that you purchase it, not 5 years ago, when anything could have happened in that time period. So it's actually going to cut down on a lot of the criminals being able to get firearms. There are a couple other things in the bill. One of them is where you can carry now. Now, it is legal for you to conceal carry a firearm if you are a non-sworn law enforcement. Basically, certain police departments have policies against non-officers carrying inside the police department. Now it would make it legal with permission from the head law enforcement officer, whether it be the sheriff or the police chief, for people to conceal carry inside the police department building if you are a employee of the police department, like telecommunicators. A lot of places around here, they're not allowed to carry because they're not sworn officers. This kind of changes that a little bit. The second thing, churches. There are some churches in rural areas that will use schools as a church. It will allow you to carry your gun for church functions as long as it is not during school hours and there is no school Oh my goodness. Hi. As long as there is no school extracurricular activities going on where students are present. So that was changed. That's not necessarily that big of a deal. Storm, what are you doing? Do you want to be in the video? Yes. Okay. Yes, I love you too. All right. But the third thing that it does, let me see if I can remember. It's supposed to help the state strengthen its policies on gun storage, where you have to keep it away from kids and all the stuff, which we already have that law there, but it's going to help strengthen it, and they're working on that part. No real information has come out about that yet. When it does, I'll try to keep everybody informed on it, because this is the state that I live in, this is the state that I do business in, and it's the state that I'm going to have my business in once I get my license. You were just interested in everything, aren't you? Anyway, short video, just explaining some things there. It's, I know a lot of people are upset about this passing, and they're like, it's going to make it easier for people to get guns that shouldn't have them. No, it's not. It's actually going to prevent a lot of stuff, because you don't have that 5-year time frame to be able to use a permit. Of course, the concealed carry will still be the 5 years, and you still have to go through the sheriff's department and all that. So the rules on the concealed carry have not changed, only the purchase permits. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.